Hey everybody, Jay here. Today I'll be bringing you my review for Agents of Mayhem. Agents of Mayhem was developed by Volition and published by Deep Silver. It was released August 15, 2017 for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. The premise is simple. An evil corporation bent on world domination called Legion have set up in Seoul. As Mayhem, you play as 3 agents from a selection of 12 to defeat Legion and thwart their plans. Visually speaking, it's going for a more cartoony look, which has been trending lately. So you're placed in the city of Seoul sometime in the future. It's a highly futuristic city, it looks clean, it looks high-tech. Unfortunately, this also means that it can get quite hard to learn the streets, as you would in other games. For instance, in Grand Theft Auto, it doesn't take long for you to learn how to get from point A to point B without the use of the GPS pretty quickly. But in Agents of Mayhem, because most of the streets look very similar to one another, it's really hard to tell the difference, and it's really hard to navigate. Yes, there are parts of the city that are different to one another, but for the most part, there's little in the way of identifying which part of Seoul you are in. Visual effects are beautiful, over the top, and the explosions bathe the nearby area in appropriate colors, perfectly fitting the Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic that they were going for. Even the characters you play as look unique, with no two having a similar appearance. Talking about the characters, each one has their own unique weapon. Rama uses a bow, Hollywood uses an assault rifle, Gat uses a shotgun, and Oni uses a silenced pistol. That's only a third of all the heroes, and it's good to see that no two heroes have the same weapon, or really even play the same, with some heroes having more mobility than others, and others still that replace the dodge with invisibility. Even melee attacks are different for each character as well. Going back to the 4 I mentioned earlier, Rama does a reverse roundhouse, Hollywood throws his guns up, punches the enemy, and catches it again. Gat swipes up with a knife, and Oni slashes with his right claw hand. Each character is designed to look and play uniquely, so kudos to that. Moving on to sound, there's not much to say, with most of the music fading into the background, barely heard over the cacophony that is the combat or the engine of the car you're driving. A unique piece of music is tied to each character's Mayhem ability, which is similar to an ult from Overwatch. For example, Fortune's ult plays a really upbeat and festive track while Glory goes crazy. Whereas Braddock goes into what you'd imagine military music might be. Beyond that, guns sound alright, nothing special. Each character has some quips they might say during combat, but overall sound doesn't really stand out for this game. In essence, it's a third-person shooter, where you'll be heading to either layers, in other words dungeons, or entering set-piece stages in major story moments. Beyond the combat you've seen, you'll also level up and upgrade your characters with skill points, which usually just add buffs, and there's also a global map where you can send agents into the field to investigate other parts of the world Legion may be attacking. It's a good thing that some thought is needed in team composition, as some characters are tankier than others, some have better mobility, and some do better damage at range. At lower levels, it's not really as important, but as you set your difficulty higher on the 15-step scale, with the higher difficulty rewarding more cash and experience, you want a good team composition to survive in different situations. Shooting feels great. Abilities really help when facing the absolutely ridiculous number of enemies you face, and overall it feels solid and great to play. Even the traversal really helps keep you alive, as you dodge grenades and other abilities that the enemies may use. Overall, this is honestly a fun game, with fun mechanics and excellent character design. The world is also designed to be ripe for action, with vehicles exploding if you knock them into a wall, crazy wide drifts with plenty of lazy turns, and even angry citizens exploding upon death. Load times are decently brief, animated character intros are really nicely done, and the light platforming elements add a nice touch to the gameplay. You can actually go from point A to point B simply by jumping across rooftops. Unfortunately, not everything is good. This game is sadly poorly optimized. Initially, I thought it was my hardware. I am playing on a mid-range laptop, but a quick search revealed that even those with much better hardware were having issues with performance. I'll link a video below by TotalBiscuit, who did a PSA about the performance issues. Eventually, I managed to get it to run between 40 to 60 FPS, which for me is acceptable, but if you planned on picking it up, please be aware of the performance issues. Another thing I feel I should mention is that the world is rather unreactive. Pedestrians might run away when shots are fired, but traffic vehicles just keep driving calmly as though nothing is wrong. As such, there aren't really many opportunities to mess with the people of future Seoul. Overall, beyond the performance issues and unreactive world, this is really just a fun game. I've already racked up 9 hours of playtime since release, playing it at any opportunity I could get. I definitely recommend it, easily. But if performance issues are going to be a major thing for you, then do hold off until it's been patched. But once it gets patched, I really do recommend picking it up, as it's really a fun game to play. So that's my review for Agents of Mayhem. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't, give it a thumbs down and tell me why you didn't like it. Let's help me improve the videos I make. Till the next one.